Keto update! Keto update! I'm into my second week of ketosis. Let's talk about how I feel, how it's going for me, what I've been eating. I'm feeling good. I've been testing my blood every day. I've been hovering around 1.5. They say you're in ketosis between 0.5 and 3 ketone millimolars per liter in your blood. So I'm measuring the ketones in my blood. So that's pretty good. In general, energy levels are, I'd say, about 20 or 30% higher. Mental clarity is the biggest advantage. They say this is the smart person's diet. It kind of makes sense because you're feeding yourself so much fat, and that's what your brain needs. I've also been supplementing with my exogenous ketones, putting that in water and drinking it. I've been eating an incredibly high amount of fat. I've been putting butter and coconut oil on everything. A negative side effect, though, that I'm going to tell you, I've had diarrhea for a few days. So that sucked. I think it's because I've been adding so much fat to all my food. So I've been just adding slices of butter and coconut oil on top of everything I eat. So I'm actually deciding to change up my food intake a little bit. I think I've been eating too much fat somehow, or maybe it's just too much for my body all at once. So I'm gonna down it just a little bit, but still keep a lot of fat intake. A really interesting side effect, actually, that I want to talk to you about is that for years I have had issues with dairy. I've just had upset stomachs. When I was a kid, I just thought having an upset stomach was normal after eating. And then when I was in my early 20s, I was like, oh, I pinpointed it. It was dairy. It was cheese that was setting my stomach off. So I haven't really been able to enjoy that for the last 5 or 6 years. I've had stomach issues. I was extremely acidic and for a while couldn't stomach any acidic foods, like no hot sauces or vinegars or like citrus food or just pickles, anything like that. So I've done a bunch of cleanses and trying to rebuild my gut flora. I've also been on and off medication for a stomach ulcer because I went to the doctor for it a few times regarding all the stomach pain I had. They put me on an ulcer medication, never having actually tested me and had a conclusive diagnosis that I had an ulcer, but I've been on and off it. The medication does help, but I also didn't like being on it, so I weaned myself off using probiotics, and aloe vera was the biggest thing to help me balance the pH in my gut flora again. Interesting fact. Since doing ketosis, I've been able to have dairy and not get sick, which is crazy. I've only tried cheeses. I haven't tried, sour cream or milk. But I've had cheeses and been totally fine for the first time maybe in my whole life. So I think that my dairy allergy, or what I thought it was a dairy allergy, was actually just my stomach not being able to digest it. And I think that intaking such a high amount of fat is rebuilding my stomach lining. Because I've had acidic stomach before and out of whack and it's been bad, and I always just thought I had a weak digestion. But the keto is actually help curing my stomach and my digestion. And I'm eating cheese again, and I love cheese. Overall weight and body shape. I've lost about 1 inch off of my stomach and butt. How's these abs? Not quite a 6-pack, maybe almost a 4-pack. My weight has basically stayed the same. I've lost 1 pound, which is basically like a poop. So haven't really lost anything. But I feel like a little bit more toned, I think. I don't know. I think that's just not eating sugar, if anything. I don't think this diet is making me lose weight at all. I think it's just making me produce cleaner energy, and it's helping me digest clear, and it's helping my stomach heal itself. So those are all bonuses. The bad side effect is the diarrhea, so I'm gonna cut back a little bit on the dairy or on a lot of the extreme fat. Maybe I was going too much with it. I'm going to eat a bit more vegetables, which I think is always good for anyone. Some of the foods I've been eating fish pretty regularly. I had tilapia, I had tuna, I had salmon all this week. Eggs. I've been having greens like spinach, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, and then just drenching them in butter and nutritional yeast because that's delicious. What else have I had? Mushrooms, portobello, sauteed with onions and garlic. drizzled with butter again. Bacon. Had sausages. Yeah, I'm eating more meat than I ever have in my life. Eating meat almost every day, which is kind of not something I love. I was a vegetarian for many years, so I say I'm a recovering vegetarian because I do see the value in eating meat, but I don't like what it's doing to the planet. So I try and eat meat only once or twice a week because it really gives me energy on my high training days, and I try and eat organic and local, just to be more aware of what I'm doing and how my choices are affecting so many people down the line with regards to soil contamination, with regards to animal health, with regards to antibiotics in their food and animal cruelty, all those things. So I try not to eat as much meat, but this diet has had me a lot more meat, which is kind of interesting. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or if you have any recommendations on what I should eat and you have any good recipes. I'm learning as I go. I don't claim to be an expert. I'm just letting you watch my body be a guinea pig for you. So see you next time. Keto, keto, keto. Feeling strong.